The Bliss Point. Sounds awesome, right? Sounds really fun, really exciting, and something that you definitely want to have in your life, yeah? Well, it's not. It's really, really sinister. The Bliss Point is something that numerous food manufacturers use to make you powerless to stop eating their particular food. So what I mean by this is these food manufacturers will spend a ton of money researching what that bliss point is that puts you into the state of bliss and renders you completely incapable of stopping consuming that product. So there's a few different bliss points that these food manufacturers will use. And probably the two most common is the bliss point for sugar and the bliss point for crunch and salt. So what these food manufacturers will do is they will hire all these researchers to find out what is the exact amount of sugar in that product that sparks off that addiction within that person. And they nail it right down to the gram. So they get super, super precise here. You know, anything less than that bliss point, it's not going to have such a strong effect on the body. And anything more, it turns us off. So they want to narrow it down and find out exactly how many grams of sugar or artificial sweetener do we need to put in this product so that when someone consumes it, and this is you poor unsuspecting little consumer, when you consume it, you are powerless to stop eating. It actually fires off an addiction within the body. And it's the same when we look at the bliss point for crunch and salt. They determine how much crunch do we need in this food and how much salt do we need in this food and what's the ratio that we need to get right to ensure that the people eating it are, again, powerless to stop eating it. And we see this all the time in things like potato chips, corn chips, crackers, anything that has that crunch and salt. And you know how hard it is once you open that packet to stop eating it. And it's not because you lack willpower or motivation. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because your brain and your body has actually been hijacked by these really clever food manufacturers and by this bliss point. Now, knowing that, it doesn't mean that you go, oh, well, there's a bliss point. I'm totally addicted. I'm just going to keep stuffing myself. You've got to be smart. You've got to take responsibility. But now that you know that this is in place, what you want to do is start to limit the amount of times that you eat these products. And when you're eating them and that bliss point has fired off that addiction within you and you're like, I just want more, I just want more, I just want more, recognize that it's not that your body wants more. It's that that addictive side has been triggered because these manufacturers have nailed what that bliss point is. So don't fall prey to it. Don't throw up your hands and think, I've got no control in my own life. Yes, it's a sneaky little tool they use, but you have total control and power. So limit the amount of times that you have these products in your life. And when you do, don't sit there with the whole bag mindlessly in front of the television because you know how that story ends. You've been there numerous times before. Give yourself a serving, put the rest away, and when that bliss point has triggered off the addiction, don't go back for more. Yeah? So just be aware of this. It is going to change things for you. Yeah, it's a challenging situation, but just knowing that this is what's being utilized to spark off that addiction can give you some freedom there. So again, be responsible with this information. Remember, no matter how many sneaky tricks these manufacturers are using, you at the end of the day have the choice. So make the choice that best supports the person you want to be.